Right friends, welcome back to 28th week. This week is from 6th July to 12th July and we are going to discuss questions and answers pertaining to banking. When I say banking, it may involve questions pertaining to economy, infrastructure as well, because in the banking examinations, questions pertaining to not only banking but economy and infrastructure are also being asked. That's why I included some of the questions pertaining to general economy or basically Indian economy as well as infrastructure sector. Right friends, look into the first one. Name the firm which is experimenting with the facial scan for customer authentication. For customer authentication, MasterCard, the United States based firm, is experimenting with the facial scan. Once this facial scan is authorized, then automatically the authorization through PIN numbers or authorization through other texts will go away and ultimately it will be through facial scan, right? That means by scanning your face, the transaction can be authorized, whether it is a smartphone or any other digital payment. In future, probably we may have only facial scan only instead of these PIN numbers and all, right? Look into the next one. Name the person who is going to head the AIIB. Jin Likun. Jin Likun is from China. Please don't forget, New Development Bank or BRICS Bank will be headed by KV Kamath and AIIB will be headed by Chinese Jin Likun, and the secretariat and the headquarters of AIIB will be in Beijing, and please don't forget the secretariat or headquarters of New Development Bank in Shanghai. Right friends, look into the next one. Recently, IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad launched solar powered Wi-Fi hotspots and long distance Wi-Fi. These are developed by CDOT. This long distance Wi-Fi as well as the solar powered Wi-Fi hotspots. These are the innovative developments by Center for Development of Telematics, that is the CDOT, which was established in the year 1984 basically to develop digital exchanges so as to prevent the import of digital exchanges. In those days, the Center for Development of Telematics was started in the year 1984, and recently Ravi Shankar Prasad launched solar powered Wi-Fi hotspots as well as long distance Wi-Fi. Right friends, look into the next one. What is the approximate size of Greece economy? I asked this question because of the reason Greece is into the news recently and its economy is around 240 to 250 billion dollars, 1/8 the size of our economy. Please don't forget the population of Greece is around 1.1 crores. Around 11 million is the population of Greece and its economy size is around 240 to 250 billion dollars, and the answer here is 250 billion dollars. Approximately I asked this question and it ranges from 240 to 250 billion dollars, and for the past several years Greece economy is shrinking, contracting. Greece economy is shrinking for the past several years because Greece is into debt trap since 2008. 2 bailout packages were given by the international lenders. Now the bailout package worked out is the 3rd bailout package, but Greece economy is shrinking for the past several years. What was the currency of Greece prior to 2002 before joining Euro? Greece joined Euro in the year 2002. Prior to joining Euro, the currency of Greece was drachma. 1 drachma is 100 lepta. And this currency drachma was prior to joining Euro, that means prior to 2002 for Greece. Yet integral coach factory, LHB coach manufacturing facility. What is meant by LHB? It is available on the slide. Please go through it. At ICF, LHB coach manufacturing facility was inaugurated recently. LHB is the technology which belongs to Germany. Please don't forget. LHB coaches are highly comfortable. The suspension system is very good. Normally these LHB coaches are used for Rajdhani as well as Shatabdi Express trains, and LHB is the technology of Germany. Please don't forget. Look into the next one. India is the 9th largest economy on nominal GDP basis. One is nominal GDP basis, other one is on PPP terms. On nominal GDP basis, India is in the 9th position as per the recent report released by the World Bank. As per the recent report released by the World Bank, India's economy size is around $2.06 trillion and it is in the 9th position. The first position has gone to United States of America, followed by China, followed by Japan, and India is in the 9th position. And if you look at the PPP terms, PPP means purchasing power parity terms, India is in 3rd position. First position is China, second is United States of America, third one is India. Please don't forget, right? What is the difference between PPP as well as nominal GDP? I have already discussed it last week in news analysis and features. Please go through it. Look into the next one. The World Development Report of 2015 of World Bank is titled. World Bank releases World Development Report every year, and please don't forget, World Development Report as well as Ease of Doing Business Report are released by the World Bank. Global Financial Stability Report is released by International Monetary Fund. These two are Washington based institutions established subsequent to the Second World War. And let us come back to the question. The World Development Report of 2015 of the World Bank is titled Mind, Society and Behavior. Right? The answer here is Mind, Society and Behavior. Out of the 1 lakh megawatt of grid connected solar power targeted by 2022, all of you are well aware 1,75,000 megawatt of clean energy or renewable energy is to be produced by 2022. That is the ambitious goal of the government of India. And out of this 1,75,000 megawatt, 1 lakh megawatt is grid connected power, that is solar power. Out of 1 lakh megawatt, please don't forget 40,000 megawatt is planned over the rooftops. 40,000 megawatts is planned over the rooftops out of 1 lakh megawatt. So here 40,000 megawatt is the answer. The first meeting of the Board of Governors of New Development Bank was held in Moscow. The first meeting of the Board of Governors of New Development Bank was recently held in Moscow. You may ask, what is Board of Governors? Normally in the international financial institutions, finance ministers of the countries represent Board of Governors. The chairman of Board of Governors for a New Development Bank, which held its recent meeting, and NDB Board of Governors elected Russian finance minister as the chairman, right? So the first meeting of the Board of Governors of NDB was recently held in Moscow. Which of the following statements is or correct? Let us look at the sentences one by one. One is retail loan portfolio is more for new generation private sector banks. You may ask, what is retail loan portfolio? You may be taking house loan, you may be taking personal loan, you may be taking vehicle loan, you may be taking mortgage loan. These are all retail loans. Retail loan portfolio is high for new generation private sector banks. You may ask, what is new generation private sector bank? New generation private sector banks are the private sector banks established subsequent to the issue of licenses in the year 93-94. Examples are ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Yes Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank. These are all new generation private sector banks, and for new generation private sector banks, retail loan portfolio is more. They are concentrating more on retail loans like house loans, personal loans, vehicle loans, right? Second point, more exposure to corporate loans resulted in increase in gross NPAs for public sector banks. For public sector banks like Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, more gross NPAs. What is NPA? NPA is non-performing asset. Non-performing asset is when the person is not able to pay back to the bank after taking the loan, then it will become non-performing asset. And non-performing assets are more for public sector banks because of the reason their exposure to corporate sector is more. They have given more loans to the corporate sector. That's why they are in trouble now. So the second point is also correct. Third one is gross non-performing assets are more for public sector banks in comparison with the new generation private sector banks. This is also correct because public sector banks have given more loans to corporates, and the problem is more with the corporates for not paying back to the banks. So if you analyze these three sentences, all three are correct. So the right answer here is all the above. Look into the next one. Gamesa is the wind turbine maker of Spain. It is one of the world's leading wind turbine maker. This Gamesa is the wind turbine maker of Spain. Please don't forget. BRICS Central Banks have signed a pact on currency reserve pool or contingency reserve arrangement of $100 billion. What is currency reserve pool? If any country faces problem due to foreign exchange related problems, if any of these countries, you know very well BRICS has got 5 countries, if any of these countries faces problem due to exchange related problems, then this fund will be used, and $100 billion is earmarked, out of which $41 billion will be contributed by China. $41 billion will be contributed by China, then India, Russia and Brazil will contribute $18 billion each, whereas South Africa will contribute $5 billion. Please don't forget. India's target for steel production by 2025 is 300 million tons. India's target is 300 million tons. You may ask, what is the present capacity? The present capacity is around 100 million tons. Government wants to triple this capacity to 300 million tons. Let us see how the government will formulate their plans to achieve this mammoth target. Look into the next one. Government issued notification permitting 7 public sector undertakings to raise 40,000 crore by issue of tax-free bonds. You may ask, what is tax-free bond? Tax-free bond is when you invest in these bonds. When you invest in these bonds, you will have tax benefits. You will have income tax benefits if you invest in these bonds. Government of India has given permission to 7 public sector undertakings to raise 40,000 crores from market by issue of tax saving bonds. And out of 40,000 crores, NHAI or National Highways Authority of India is given 24,000 crores. The answer here is NHAI or National Highways Authority of India. Right, friends? Which of the following is celebrated its 140th anniversary? The Native Share and Stock Brokers Association or Bombay Stock Exchange original name. In the year 1875, the original name of Bombay Stock Exchange was Native Share and Stock Brokers Association, was established on 9th July 1875, and hence the answer here is Bombay Stock Exchange. It celebrated 140th anniversary. Please look into this picture. This is Bombay Stock Exchange. Sriram Kalyanaraman was appointed the new MD and CEO of National Housing Bank. National Housing Bank, it is the regulator for housing sector, established subsequent to the NHB Act of 1987, started functioning from 9th July 1988, and Sriram Kalyanaraman, who has got wide experience with the foreign banks like Standard Chartered Bank, Which Bank, he is appointed as the new Managing Director and CEO of National Housing Bank. Right, friends? NHB new MD and CEO is Sriram Kalyanaraman. Right? Look into the next one. The United Kingdom plans to sell at least 3/4 of its stake in Royal Bank of Scotland, a London-based bank. Royal Bank of Scotland, its majority shareholding is UK government. The majority shareholding of Royal Bank of Scotland is the UK government. Now it wants to shed its stake. Shortly, the Royal Bank of Scotland is going to be privatized in due course of time. Right? Answer here is Royal Bank of Scotland. Look into the next question. Barclays Bank sacked its CEO Anthony Jenkins. Barclays Bank recently sacked its CEO Anthony Jenkins. Please don't forget, a few months back, Barclays Bank has agreed to pay huge fine for rigging in the foreign exchange market. Due to the rigging in foreign exchange market, Barclays Bank agreed to pay huge fine, and under these circumstances, it sacked its chief executive officer Anthony Jenkins. Name the software major which plans to cut 7,800 jobs. It is Microsoft. Microsoft has got around 1,18,000 employees, out of which it plans to sack 7,800 jobs, mostly in hardware sector. And last year it announced sacking of 18,000 employees, and now it announced 7,800 jobs will be sacked. It shows how the software sector in future are going to plan as far as manpower is concerned, right? 49% of stake in Essar Oil was purchased by Rosneft. Recently, Rosneft purchased 49% share in Essar Oil company. Rosneft is the oil company of Russia. That is, in the Rosneft, around 69% stake is held by government of Russia. You can say it is the public sector oil giant of Russia. It purchased 49% of stake in Essar Oil. It assumes significance in view of the fact West already imposed sanctions against Russia. Right, friends? Look into the next one. Identify the logo given here. This logo is of Bandhan Bank. They are going to start their banking operations next month, that is August 2015, and this logo is of Bandhan Bank. Please don't forget. Look into the next one. Who is the new MD and CEO of CIBIL? CIBIL is Credit Information Bureau India Limited, and Satish Pillai is appointed as MD and CEO of CIBIL. CIBIL gives credit information, right, friends? RBI gave guidelines for PPI MTS. PPI MTS is prepaid payment instrument mass transit system. Minimum validity is 6 months and the maximum amount allowed is rupees 2000. Maximum amount is rupees 2000 and 6 months is the validity period. Minimum validity is 6 months. And you may ask, what is the PPI MTS? It is nothing but a smart card issued by maybe railways, maybe metros, where mass rapid transport system is there. And for mass transit systems like metros, what happens here is smart cards will be issued, and whenever you are traveling, you have to just tap and go. So they are PPI MTS, right? Look into the next one. Alan Power resigned as the chief executive of Reddit. It is United States based firm, around 10-year-old. It is news as well as social networking site, and Reddit recently sacked its CEO Alan Power because of internal squabbles. Look into the last question. As per the WealthX report, the number of dollar millionaires in the country is 2.5 lakh. Dollar millionaire means millionaire in dollar terms. Millionaire means 10 lakh dollars. 10 lakh dollars means roughly 6 crore rupees, 6.3 crore rupees. The persons in India having wealth worth 6 crores and above as per WealthX report are 2.5 lakh only, right? As per the report given by WealthX, the dollar millionaires in the country is 2.5 lakhs. The dollar millionaires in the country are 2.5 lakhs only. Please don't forget, right? Let us conclude this questions and answers banking. Have a nice day. Thank you.